What the hell is up, you fucking cunts? This is episode 50 of Resident Bummer. Halfway to 100. It's pretty cool, but honestly, right now I just want to dump this episode and get to bed. So, I am still the Fulcrum. This is going to be the 50th episode ever, this is going to be the 51st episode ever released. Almost forgot about episode 0. Oh my gosh. It's still 2026. It's going to be 2026 for many, many, many more episodes. Health check, currently like 8 out of 10, I guess. Pretty good. Clothing check. I'm wearing a fucking Deadpool shirt and basketball shorts. God damn. I need to start wearing some different clothing, I guess. It's like I have like 2 or 3 shirts that I just end up wearing every day around the house just because, I don't know, they're the most comfortable t-shirts, easiest things to wear. I guess now it's, motivation check. Like, currently like 5 or 6. I'm very tired. I want to go to bed. But it is time to read my journal. On Friday, January 2nd, my first entry is set 50, day 1. At 6:45 p.m. I wake up, I shit, I shower, I brush, and I watch a video on the word the, or the. There's like 2 different pronunciations. It's weird to think about. While I watch that though, I dress and eventually drive into work, say hi to Anna, Pierce, and Rich before getting to work. Eventually Rich asks if I can stay an extra hour. Our closing shifts call in sick, so I say sure, I can stay a little bit later. Then an hour later he calls and asks if I can stay 2 hours later than my typical leaving point. So an extra hour late, on top of the hour I've already been asked. I still say yes, but I don't really want to. I don't, every time I say it, but I genuinely not super thrilled by working there, so I do have to work these 2 extra hours with Bernard. He's very chatty, and he also loves to complain. It's like, I understand why you're complaining, but at least I have the decency to not make my lack of enjoyment other people's problem. Other people's problems, I guess? I don't know. The key difference is I wait to complain to myself while recording these stupid fucking episodes. I basically internalize like 90% of my thoughts when I'm at work anyways. Good or bad. Eventually Bernard shows up and I finish cooking my food for the night. Very obvious that Bernard does not want to run the front counter. I do end up shouldering that burden for most of the 2 hours. Eventually I wait for Rich to arrive. It's going to be excellent to see him and then finally leave. Do have a question mark for this final entry here. I get replaced by Rich, and I head home to play Baldur's Gate 3 with Penny. When I get there, I get out of my work clothes and hop onto the games. We kill some goblins attacking the the Druid Grove. I keep wanting to call it the Emerald Grove. I don't think that's what it's called. Then we save after we rest in camp, if I'm remembering correctly. For the rest of the night, I just fuck around, streaming some random games on Discord. And then I go to bed. I also, excuse me, also upload the podcast at some point during the night, I think. Not 100% certain. Or maybe I scheduled it before I went into work. Moving on though, Saturday, January 3rd, next day of journals, set 50, day 2, 10:55 p.m. I wake up, I shit, I shower, I brush, and I start streaming some games from Game Pass. No, it's called Game Pass. First up is Neon White, an FPS platformer from some developer in Asia, if I had to guess. Then I play Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn. There's the garage door opening at 2:20 in the morning for some reason. I don't know what's going on there, but okay, garage door is done opening. A game called Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn. I see the garbage is being put out for the night. Flintlock is not a great game, so I don't play it for very long. Eventually I do try playing The Ascent. It's a game that I played like a year or two ago. Don't think I ever talked about it on this podcast. I haven't started doing this by that point. The Ascent also sucks. I don't know what to do in that game. I get lost, so I swap over to a game called Road 96. I grab like 300 gamer score in that game, and then I swap over to The Grinch, Christmas Adventures. And garage door is opening again, so that's cool. I grab some more gamer score in The Grinch, Christmas Adventures. Eventually I do ask Penny asks if it's okay to tell other people white lies, or if you should always be 100% honest. It's like, we just ask random questions sometimes to each other, because why not? That's how I met her in the first place, so we keep the dream alive. I say that it is better to be honest in most situations, but like smaller white lies are totally fine, in my opinion. Eventually, we load up Baldur's Gate 3 and start playing some more. We get to the Goblin Village. Eventually, we climb down the well and kill some spiders before we rest and save the game. She leaves and I keep streaming games until I make some more pepperoni pizza rolls. They're good. I also eat some chips throughout the day and some chicken nuggets earlier in the day. I forgot to mention that Penny joined the voice channel right as my chicken nuggets finished cooking. That was unfortunate timing, but it's nobody's fault. I do make a second round of pizza rolls before I go to bed. And that brings us to Sunday, January 4th, set 50, day 3, 12:40 p.m. I wake up, I shit, I shower, I brush, and sit in bed, waiting to wake up. Eventually I change for work and drive in, say hi to Ben and Bernard. Before I clock in, Bernard leaves and Ben goes on break. I get some semi-quiet time to myself, but other than that, nothing exciting for today happens. We'll have to wait and see if that changes. 2:05 p.m., a very short shift today. It's only 3 hours long. Ben is running all over the place. I get some more peace and quiet on the front counter while he goes and grabs a shipment. Question mark for this final entry. Eventually I leave work at the same time as Ben, and I drive home, start streaming Stardew Valley, but this is a game that I've tried to get into multiple times. I don't know, I can never sit there and play it. It's like, I hate to say it, but it's always so boring to me. I don't know. I stream like 5 other games right after for like 5 to 10 minutes a piece. Nothing sticks until some pasta and meatballs are done being cooked downstairs by my dad. I go downstairs, eat, and then head back up to my room after I'm done eating. Penny asked if I wanted to play more Baldur's Gate 3. I kind of feel like chilling out for the night, so I do decline. She also asked me a question about fibbing/white lies. I already mentioned that. I already journaled that, so I don't need to rehash that. Before I got to bed, I do send the same question to Jack. I did not expect an immediate response from him, but he does get back to me in minutes. I was planning on going to sleep after sending it, but when my mind wakes up as I look at his answer, and then I answer myself and talk with Jack a little more, stay up for another hour or so watching the Season 2 compilation of Fuckface, which is, of course, the predecessor podcast to the Regulation podcast. Eventually I do drift off into sleep, and we're moving on to Monday, January 5th, 12:55 p.m. Monday, January 5th, set 50, day 4, 12:55 p.m. I wake up, I shit, I shower, I brush, and I chill on YouTube before I change for work. I dress and drive into work, clock on after saying hi to Anna and Rich. Anna is excuse my language, you guys, but Anna was a fucking ripe cunt today. I asked Rich when they're going to talk to her. He said he would remind them. Let's see if it jogs their memory. Probably not. It's fairly ridiculous, the shit that we have to deal with coming out of Anna. I genuinely do not enjoy it at all. Moving on though, 3:15 p.m. Anna leaves and Ben clocks on. Then I take my break shortly after. 4:20 p.m. I have a mixed mood all throughout work. Up and down throughout most of the day. I can't say I enjoyed any of my shift though, as usual. Clock out. A question mark for this entry, I clock out, drive home, and start streaming some games. First I load up something that I can't remember. Eventually I load up Dome Keeper. I do really, really enjoy it when I start playing that. It's a very fun game. I highly recommend you play it if you get the chance. And then after that I start streaming Clover Pit. It's all about slot machine gambling. It's also a decently fun game. I found a couple of good games, so that's not bad. At some point I go to bed after playing those games and listening to more podcasts. Moving on now to set 50, day 5, 11:25 a.m. I wake up, I shit, I shower, I brush, and I continue streaming Dome Keeper until I am informed that my, this might sound like gibberish, so stick with me for a second. I get a notification on my phone that a delivery has arrived from the Regulation Podcast store. The Krampus Gurpler, also known as the Murdler, came in the mail. I ordered that December 18th, I think, and it's here half a month later, which is nice. I do run down to the front door, bring that inside, and then it's a really awesome cup, man. I really like it. I think it's right back here. I'm gonna take a sip out of it real quick. I gotta reach back and grab it. Okay, there we go, I got it. It's got some ice water in there right now. Hell yeah, I'm gonna go for a swig. Oh fuck yeah, that's really cold. That's some high quality plastic. Okay, we're done with the Gurpler for now. 12:55 p.m. I bring it back downstairs and shove it into the dishwasher. Then I talk with my dad, get my vehicle registration paid and renewed. I'm now waiting for the mail, or waiting for it to arrive in the mail. Then we try to get a monthly payment set up for my phone bill. The dishwasher finishes as we're talking in the living room about it, so I check on my Gurpler in the dishwasher. Question mark for this time's entry. I fill the Gurpler up with a Dr. Pepper for my first drink, on the rocks, of course, and then I have another one after that. Dad leaves for work after failing to set up an auto pay for the phone bill, and I stream a bunch of games for the entire day. Dome Keeper and Clover Pit stream games for like a total of probably like 24 hours, honestly. I also do give the dogs a walk at some point, and empty the dishwasher. So not a completely unproductive day, but not a whole lot else happening. I do eat some chicken tenders. Then at some point I just head to bed. So we're gonna move on to set 50, day 6. This is Wednesday, January 7th, 1:20 p.m. I wake up, I shit, I shower, I brush, and I listen to some season 2 of Fuckface until I change and drive into work. I clock on, I say hi to Pierce and Rich, and then I get to work. 2:20 p.m. I show them both a clip of the character Ice Cube Head from Community. They do find it pretty funny. I plan to show them the rapping peanut bar too. 8:45 p.m. I do successfully show them the rapping peanut, and Rich is like, wait a minute, Mike Ehrmantraut is in Community? I hope either one of them watches it, so then I can actually like talk to somebody about it. That would be nice. Rich ends up leaving. I do finish my shift with Pierce, and we both head home at, I think, 5. I start streaming Clover Pit, and I plan to make a pizza. I also planned to play Baldur's Gate 3 with Penny. She messaged me right as I'm about to start the oven. I do say that I'm warming up food, and I will be free to play in like an hour. Then I watch a bit of Fallout. Season 2, Episode 4 just released. While my pizza warms up, finally a Deathclaw does show up in the show. I finish my pizza right as the episode ends, and then I let Penny know that I'm ready when she is. She says something came up and we can try tomorrow. No problem. I hop back over to Clover Pit, which I've abbreviated as CP in my journal. That's no good. Also, Google. If you have never heard of it before, I highly recommend you Google the phrase preputial ballooning. I'll spell that for you. preputialballooning. It's I don't know how personal I'm going to get here, but let's just say I've never experienced it because I am circumcised. Have been since day 1. I don't know. Did they circumcise you like right after you pop out? I don't know. Point is, I was never old enough to know a time, or I guess know my foreskin. Whatever. It sounds messy. Preputial ballooning sounds a little messy, but anyways, nothing else has happened while I update my journal. And before I move on to the next day of journaling, I'm assuming I just go to bed at some point, and nothing else interesting happens for this day, or else I would have fucking written it down. Before I move on, though, I'm going to do another Foodery and Fair. This one's going to be a little more chill. I don't want to go fucking crazy. So I'm just going to shove a few of these in my mouth. They're strawberry yogurt pretzels. They're pretty tasty. So let's see. Hopefully the crunch picks up on the microphone well enough. No, not super loud, but they fill up your mouth pretty nice. So I'll be talking like this for the next fucking minute or two. That's enough of the Foodery and Fair, I guess. I'll shove one more in just to make it last longer. But we're gonna move on. This next day is Thursday, January 8th. It's at 50, day 7. At 2:20 p.m. Oh, I almost just spit on the pop filter. I wake up very early and stream some Dome Keeper. Excuse me. That was more food than I expected. Get some more achievements for the gravity character in Domekeeper. Then I swap over to Clover Pit. I don't really know what to do there. Then I do get dressed for a shorter shift and drive in. Only 4-hour shift today. I say hi to Pierce and Anna. Anna leaves. Then I get to work. It's a slow and rainy day today. 3:45 p.m. It's very slow. Better than annoying, but it is too slow for my liking. I look for some way to pass the time between sharing memes with Pierce, but at 5:15 p.m. our replacements are late, so we wait until we're able to leave. Today was boring as fuck. Also, I forgot to mention, but yesterday some guy came into my place of work and talked with me about Jesus and God. Obviously, like, I don't know how to feel about it, because it's like, yeah, if he does, I mean, I hate to say it, but like, if he does exist, obviously he does love me, but I don't know if he does exist, and even if he does exist, I feel like I'm nowhere near a good enough person to ever, like, even start fulfilling his expectations. I don't know. Hard to describe, but it's like, I don't know. Yeah, it is really hard to describe. I guess maybe I'll get into it at some point in the future, but I do take a shit before I clock out of work, and I do have plans to continue Baldur's Gate 3 with Penny when I get home from work. Question mark here for this entry. I get home, load up Baldur's Gate 3, and Penny lets me know that she is busier than she expected. Not a problem, we will find a time to play. I do stream some more Clover Pit until my pizza rolls get done baking. While I'm eating them, I can't find anything else to watch, so I just rewatch Community. Really hard for me to start a new series. But anyways, I'm too tired to record when the time comes. I do lay in bed while half watching Community. After a few hours, it does pass midnight, and of course I have more energy from laying in bed with my eyes closed. Not fully asleep, obviously, but maybe I can record tonight. I did. Well, it's not tonight. It's 2:30 in the morning, but it's tonight. Well, it's tonight compared to what it'll feel like when I wake up in like 6 hours, 7 hours, you know? I do want to say, I think like 5 or 6 hours ago, Jack invited me to watch body cam footage with him and Shud on Discord. Well, first of all, I was way too tired, so I was not going to be able to stand at my standing desk and watch that. But even if I was, I don't know, I might not, just because, well, it depends on the quality. If they were like really, really solid body cam videos, I could maybe be convinced. But, I don't know. I feel like I've seen a lot. Anyways, that's about it. That's about it for, this episode. I'm gonna stop talking. It feels like I have to take a shit, so I'm gonna go and do that after I finish. Through the outro, let's see, this week's rating would be like, I don't know, like an 8. Not a particularly terrible week. So, the word count, current word count that I've journaled is at 71,624 words journaled. I am going to go ahead and end it at this moment in time. Well, after a few words. Actually, I kind of have to fart. I want to see if I fart as loud as I can, if it'll pick up on the mic at all. Just bear with me for a few seconds of silence. I'm going to try and position this as best as I can. Oh, that definitely picked up, dude. And that was much louder than I was expecting it to be. Okay, am I really making a podcast? Or am I just jerking off?